Okay, so I'm sure all of us like to relax at home after a nice, long, hard day of work or school. We all like to relax in different ways. Maybe you like to eat a whole box of pizza by yourself, maybe you like to watch an episode of True Blood, or maybe you like to play your favorite video game. Well, is it possible that out of these three things, one of them is beneficial for you? It is. Playing video games has actually been shown in several studies to be good for you, for your mind and your body. You're probably wondering how that's possible. The media portrays video games as bad for you. Well, it can be bad for you. If you're playing video games in an unhealthy amount, if you're playing it 24/7, then yes, playing video games can be bad for you. It can be addicting, it can be bad for your health. But because playing video games is becoming more prominent in our society, more and more people are playing video games, I think it would be good for us to know why it can possibly be good for you. So I'm going to show you the three main ways that playing video games can possibly be good for you. They can be good for you through its social interaction, its cognitive usage, and its physical usage. So the first way is through a social interaction. This is BlizzCon, and probably most of you have heard of World of Warcraft. World of Warcraft is one of the most famous MMOs, and what an MMO is basically a massively multiplayer online game. So this is one example of video gamers meeting up and making friends with lots of other people who have the same hobby as them. According to Dr. Vitelli, who's a psychologist, he said just this year that kids develop lasting friendships through video games. The reason for that is that it's easier to make friends, to have a lasting relationship through video games because you already have the same hobby. So it's easier to stay friends with them longer. One of the other main ways that playing video games can be good for your social interaction is that, I kid you not, couples are formed through video games. So I'm a prime example of that. I met my boyfriend through the video game I played. I met him in Florida, and now I live with him, and I've been together with him for a year. I've also met my best friend through the same video game. Her name's Amber, and she met her boyfriend through that video game also. So the second main way that playing video games can be good for you is through its cognitive abilities. According to Dr. Patterson, who did a multiple game training study just last year, he said that mini games or shooter games stimulate several cognitive abilities, such as situational decisions, self-esteem, and sense of achievement through value of persistence. So basically, what that means is that when you play video games, you might go through situational decisions, like you may think faster, you think quicker, and according to his studies, that can go into real life. Like, if you do it in video games, it can be a step towards starting to do it in real life. But he does say that it does depend on the personality, and it's not for everyone. Another study was analyzed by a journalist named Drew Gorini, and she said in the Huffington Post just last year that areas of the brain responsible for spatial navigation, memory formation, strategic planning, and fine motor skills improve. So those are a bunch of other cognitive abilities that can be improved through playing video games. So the last way that playing video games can be good for you, possibly, is through physical movement. You're probably wondering, how is that possible? Well, the thing is, not all video games are just sit on the couch and eat chips off your chest video games. One main example, prime example, is Just Dance. Basically, in that game, you use a Wii console, which is a console where you use this remote and you move around, and it can possibly be like exercise. So my nieces, personally, they love this game, and I'm not attributing it to this game, just playing this game, but they are skinny little kids. Also, one thing that's really cool that I found while researching this that I didn't know about was that according to journalist Samantha Schmidt, who reports on topics relating to health, she said in 2007, a new treatment for hemiplegic cerebral palsy patients involves rehab using Wii video games. So the way that is that these kids who have this disease are not willing to do rehabilitation or anything like that, and the study shows that they are willing to do the rehab when they're playing video games. So when they're playing the Wii, or they're playing Just Dance or some game like that, they are getting rehabilitation, and it's better for them. One other thing that's good for you physically, that's neat to know, is that playing video games is good for your contrast visibility. And basically what that means is that you're able to see better at night, and you're able to see the difference between colors better. So even though your mother may tell you, oh, playing video games is so bad for your eyesight, yes, that's true. It can be bad for your eyesight if you're playing 24/7, if you're playing with the lights off, but if you're playing it healthily, it can actually be good for your eyesight. So basically, those are the three main reasons that playing video games can be good for you. It's good for you, your cognitive abilities, it can be good for your social interaction, and it can be good for you physically. So try not to completely look down on video games because it can be good for you. Plus, now you have some reasons to tell your mom why she needs to buy you more video games.